Prepare for the loading screen. That will be your mind exploding from amazing gaming news. Are you expecting this? I bet you're not. Oh, let's do this.
Hi and welcome to Respawn TV. I am your host Moose Bland and I am joined alongside by the great Brendan McKenna.
Hi.
This week we have fantastic news as far as video games. We have some tech news.
Some big announcements from Steam. They have a new Steam OS that's coming out.
Exactly, and we actually get to talk about how the new Grand Theft Auto 5 is doing, as well as many other things.
Lovable packs.
Yes.
Created by yours truly, but not me. All of them. Them truly.
So let's get started with the first expansion to SimCity was announced. It was actually called SimCity Cities of Tomorrow, and it focuses on cities from 50 years to 75 years in the future. And as you know, SimCity and EA pretty much had a fallout not too long ago, about a couple months back when they first released SimCity.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even interested in the game or thought about the game, but I heard the backlash.
As far as my knowledge, I believe.
It was constantly kicking you out, right?
Yes.
That's what basically it happened is when you ever tried to start a game, it would say, we're having problems, bye. So they'd kick you out repeatedly. But that's why with these, why do you give me that smile? With the Cities of Tomorrow, it is 50 to 75 years in the future. Some options in there are whether or not you want to make your city a green city that caters to everybody or an industrial city that caters to the rich. And it's your choice which path you take. I definitely wouldn't get this as soon as it's released because they're accepting pre-orders for this expansion pack right now.
Well, honestly, just like you said, with EA, they screwed it up once. What makes you think they won't screw it up again?
Exactly.
And plus, I think this wasn't really a smart expansion pack for SimCity. I don't know if I would even release an expansion pack because you barely made it by with just SimCity itself. So the expansion pack, and plus me, who I am, I don't really care about making a city industrial or...
It's an interesting idea. It's kind of like Disney World with how Walt Disney said, here's the future, the world of tomorrow. But that also means it's going to be kind of inaccurate. So if you're trying to go for like what people actually think will happen in 50 years, it's not going to be this. It's purely for entertainment. Call me a little spoiled, but I'm so used to Valve and Nintendo handing out their free expansions and things to their games that I'm just not used to DLC.
Yeah, I don't think people will buy it. But anyway, you can make mega towers and elevated railways, all of the futuristic.
Apparently, you can make like up to 30 floors on a building.
Yeah.
Because there's more population now because it's the future. Obviously, by that point, there's like 8 billion people on the planet. That's just a rough guesstimate in my mind. Don't fact check that.
Yeah, I think it's just overdone. But anyway, that's coming out November 2013, so that's coming up right around the corner. Let's skip notes to GTA 5. It's actually crashing on older PS3 and Xbox 360 models. It's primarily an issue with the older systems, like the 2009
because
systems.
the systems are older, so this is a new game on an old system.
It was recently said to be a next-gen game, so you can't really expect it to.
Yeah, what do you expect if you're running like an Xbox 360 you got on launch day?
Yeah.
It's not going to run the newest game that just came out in 2013.
Yeah, and they said it's primarily the ones that's on the 2009 or so ones. So I guess you really can't really expect anything that changes. But if the question is, if you do have that 2009 version of an Xbox or a PlayStation 3, should you wait for the Xbox One or the PS4?
I'm not quite sure on that because I haven't tried the original game at all. I've never really played Grand Theft Auto. I heard the first one's out on the internet for free because the developers released it for free. Possibly they might have closed that by now. But
this was released for free?
Grand Theft Auto 1.
The first one, the overhead view?
The whole overhead view.
Oh, yeah.
I tried checking into that. Apparently, they released that for free just to show off, hey, this is Grand Theft Auto. But anyway, if you had the chance, would you get it on a next gen?
Honestly, I probably would just wait because I think there's enough people around here who has or have Grand Theft Auto 5. I think if you have that 2009 version of whatever system, you might as well wait. Me, I have a 2011 version of the PS3, so it works fine on mine, but you might as well wait because they come out in November, December. They come out this year, at the end of this year, so
The biggest problem is,
you can wait.
Don't scour the internet too much because apparently GTA 5 has a plot line. I didn't know these games had plot lines, but they have a plot line and you
Yes.
might be spoiled.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of spoilers out there.
Yeah, so go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, if anything good, it's keeping the kids out there that can't play the game, it's keeping you guys from committing those horrible crimes caused by video games.
True. So all in all, go ahead and I would say I vote wait. You have a 2009, just play Call of Duty or something.
You youngins and your virtual stripper clubs.
Stripper clubs. Okay, let's move it along to one of our Respawn TVs on Alyssa with her pack, the G-Files Declassified. What is she going to talk about? It's going to be so interesting. I know what she's going to talk about.
What she's going to talk about.
I know
But
what
it's
she's
gonna
going to talk about. I'm not going to tell you, though.
Okay, but it's going to be interesting. I can't wait till she surprises me. You better surprise me, or else I'm going to go back there after this is done filming. I'm going to be like, Alyssa! But until then, let's see the pack.
The Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the NES, is an 8-bit video game console that was first released by Nintendo in Japan in 1983. The best-selling gaming console of its time, the NES helped revitalize the US video game industry following the video game crash of 1983 and set the standard for subsequent consoles of its generation. With the NES, Nintendo introduced a now standard business model of licensing third-party developers, authorizing them to produce and distribute titles for Nintendo's platform. In 2009, the Nintendo Entertainment System was named the single greatest video game console in history by IGN. By 1990, the NES had outsold all previously released consoles worldwide. Nintendo continued to support the system in North America for the first half of the decade, even releasing a new version of the system console, the NES 101 model, to address many of the design flaws in the original console hardware. The game controller used for the NES features an oblong brick-like design with a simple 4-button layout, 2 round buttons labeled A and B, a start button, and select. Additionally, the controllers utilized the cross-shaped joypad to replace the bulkier joysticks on earlier game consoles controllers. Some of the most famous games for the NES are Super Mario Bros., Duck Hunt, Contra, Castlevania, The Legend of Zelda, Excitebike, and Mega Man.